So who won the fourth and final 2024 GOP primary presidential debate? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the fourth and final 2024 GOP primary presidential debate held at the University of Alabama, Roll Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Now, there were just four candidates on stage. You had Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, Chris Christie, and Ron DeSantis. Of course, Trump was invited, as he was invited to the previous three debates, but he declined. I believe he attended a Super PAC fundraiser out there in Florida instead. Now, let's get straight into it. We got quite a few videos we're going to review to show you who the winner was. And to me, it wasn't even close. The media, however, will say something different. Now, let's take a gander right here. We're on New York Post. You see the headline. Who won the fourth Republican debate? Experts agree on who led the pack. And you see who they have pictured right here in the preview video. They think Nikki Haley won the debate. I'm here to tell you, spoiler alert, she did not win the debate. They want her to succeed because they like her. They maybe see her as a Dick Cheney part two, a neocon, a warmonger. Maybe they see her as that because they can't see her as somebody who has been successful in these debates. She has not. The clear winner is not Nikki Haley, and I think you guys already know. Now, let's go ahead and get into the actual videos, and I will link to all these videos in the description so you're able to see them there without my commentary. If you're on Instagram, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the clips. Here's the first one, talking about anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism. Let's check it out.
Biden made a mistake not including anti-Zionism in the definition of anti-Semitism. If you don't think that Israel has a right to exist, that is anti-Semitic. We will change the definition so that every government, every school has to acknowledge the definition for what it is. Biden made a...
So if you don't agree with a particular nation 100% and the things that they do, their government, that means that you are a racist. Now, I don't agree with what America does all the time. Does that make me a racist? I think not. As a matter of fact, I love America, but I don't always agree with the things that we do. Okay, it's as simple as that. Now, let's keep on rocking here. Here's another one about the same kind of issue. Maybe you kind of understand why the media loves her so much. Let's check it out.
We really do need to ban TikTok once and for all. And let me tell you why. For every 30 minutes that someone watches TikTok, every day, they become 17% more anti-Semitic, more pro-Hamas based on doing that. We now know that 50% of adults 18 to 25 think that Hamas was warranted in what they did with Israel. That's a problem. When campuses also don't go and protect when they have these rallies and you've got students that are scared, we need to go to these universities and say, if you're not going to protect these students, if you're not going to acknowledge anti-Semitism, we'll take your tax-exempt status away. That'll fix it, and that'll take care of it.
Now, I'm no fan of TikTok. Please understand. I have called TikTok the Antichrist. However, I'd like to see the study that says if you view TikTok for a certain amount of time, that you become a certain percentage more anti-Semitic. That seems like a really kind of crazy thing to say. Okay, it seems pretty crazy. Now, this was a great moment from, in my humble opinion, the true winner of the debate, Vivek Ramaswamy. Obviously, Trump is the leader of the pack, and everyone else is trying to get second place. But Vivek is the clear, far and away winner of all the debates. From my point of view, at least the past three. Let's check this out.
And I think those with foreign policy experience, one thing that Joe Biden and Nikki Haley have in common is that neither of them could even state for you three provinces in eastern Ukraine that they want to send our troops to actually fight for. Look at that. This is what I want people to understand. These people have, I mean, she has no idea what.
Blank stare, huh? What are the three provinces in the Donbass? I have no idea. Blank stare. But I want you to go over there and potentially die. And I want to spend our taxpayer money, even if you don't go over there and get deleted by Russians, by the Ukrainian Nazis or whatever.
What the hell the names of those provinces are, but she wants to send our sons and daughters and our troops and our military equipment to go fight it. So, and I think those...
Great moment from Vivek right there. Fantastic moment. Let's keep on rocking here. Now, this is outside of the debate, but it kind of goes to what I was talking about as far as Nikki Haley is concerned. Now, here's DeSantis doing one of these dinners out there still in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I think this was past the debate, like right after. Maybe it was this morning, but let's check it out.
There's been an escalation between you and Nikki Haley. Is it because she's surging in the race that now you have turned your attention toward her versus Donald Trump?
Well, first of all, I take on all comers. You know, they're spending millions of dollars trying to attack me, so of course we're going to fight back. The surge is more of a media thing. You're not seeing it on the ground with conservative voters. In fact, conservative voters don't support her. I mean, that's just the reality.
There's been a...
Exactly. Exactamundo. Now let's go back to the debate and go back to the actual winner here, Vivek. Here is some more good words from him. Let's check it out.
We're marching towards fascism under Biden. Jack Smith has subpoenaed every last retweet that someone has issued from Donald Trump in the year 2020. The only person more fascist than the Biden regime now is Nikki Haley, who thinks the government should identify every one of those individuals with an ID. That is not freedom. That is fascism. And she should come nowhere near the levers of power, let alone the White House.
Very good point. So let's just talk about what he said briefly before we get to the next clip. There is a movement among some people named Nikki Haley who says that you should be identified on social media by your ID. You shouldn't be allowed to use social media without being ID verified. But now we have people in government trying to subpoena everyone who was retweeted by Donald Trump. Why are you subpoenaing me for? Like, what's going on? Do I not have freedom of speech? I can't say things on the internet without the fear of being subpoenaed. Why am I being subpoenaed? Why am I being targeted? Will I get put on the list? Will I be put on the no-fly list? Will I be potentially arrested years later for a tweet? Are they going to call me to court? Like, what's going on? So what he's saying right there is 100% on point. Let's get to some more here. We got Chris Christie. I almost forgot about the big man over here. Not the big guy, not Tim for the big guy. That's the other guy. The big man. I forgot about him. Let's check it out.
He even said that you got into this race just to stop President Trump. His approval rating with Republicans is currently at 81%. Yours is at 25%. Your best state is New Hampshire, and even there, 2/3 of GOP voters say they would be angry and disappointed if you won. Respectfully, Governor, you have not stopped Mr. Trump, and voters may wonder how you could possibly become the nominee of a party that does not appear to like you very much.
Yeah, well, look, Megan, it's often very difficult to be the only person on the stage who's telling the truth, and the only person who is taking on what needs to be taken on. I look at my watch now. We're 17 minutes into this debate, and except for your little speech in the beginning, we've had these three acting as if the race is between the four of us. The fifth guy, who doesn't have the guts to show up and stand here, he's the one who, as you just put it, is way ahead in the polls.
He even said that you got into...
Yeah, but I mean, Chris Christie, I don't even know what he's still doing here. Maybe he said he got into the race to try and get rid of Trump, but obviously whatever he's attempting to do is not working because he's not even leading the pack of the second placers at best. So I have no idea what's going on. Maybe he wants to stick around for the buffet at the end, but let's keep on rocking here.
Mr. Ramaswamy, you have said it was irresponsible for Ambassador Haley to call Hamas's terrorist rampage an attack on America and for her to, quote, rabidly shout, "Finish them," end quote. The Hamas terror attack left dozens of Americans dead and was the deadliest attack on Jews since the Holocaust. Why wouldn't it be a good thing to finish Hamas?
See, we're asking different questions because there was two questions in there about saying that it was an attack on America and then about finishing Hamas. These are two separate issues, but let's keep on going.
Finish them was purposefully vague in a discussion that included Iran, which is what I objected to. And I think it's, as U.S. president, you have to be responsible. What happened to Israel was dead wrong. What Hamas did was medieval. It was subhuman. It was immoral. And we have to call that out for what it is on October 7th. But to say that that was an attack on America fails a basic test. I mean, Nick, if you can't tell the difference between where Israel is and the U.S. is on a map, I can have my 3-year-old son show you the difference. That is irresponsible because it has major consequences, because that doesn't leave room for what actually is an attack on America.
Correct. Vivek is doing so good. I mean, he's doing amazing. I'm kind of sold. I'm kind of sold on Vivek. At the beginning, I wasn't, but now I don't see what he's saying here that's a lie.
So I believe I have the strongest pro-Israel position actually on the stage, even though it's a little bit different than the standard GOP talking points.
We got some sponsors in the crowd. We got some money guys in the crowd. I don't like what he's saying, but what he's saying is 100% correct. Let's keep on going here.
First of all, Chris Christie also doesn't know what provinces in eastern Ukraine he actually wants us to fight for. Chris, your version of foreign policy experience was closing a bridge from New Jersey to New York. Yeah. So do everybody a favor. Just walk yourself off that stage, enjoy a nice meal.
Yeah. Enjoy a nice meal was hilarious. I told y'all, he's trying to stick around for that buffet at the end. I don't know if they got cheesecake, meatballs, or whatever, but he's going to be chowing down. That's hilarious.
Get the hell out of this race. When it comes to Nikki.
Fantastic. I mean, come on, man. So the media wants to gaslight me into thinking that Nikki Haley won this. Really? What debate are we watching? Let's keep on rocking here.
Right there, they're playing like the puppet master.
Hold on. Let me just say something here. You know, his reasonable peace deal in Ukraine, he made it clear. Give them all the land they've already stolen. Promise Putin you'll never put Ukraine in Russia, and then trust Putin not to have a relationship with China. Let me tell you something. That's no reasonable.
That's not my deal. That's not my deal.
Yes, it's exactly what you said. You do this at every debate.
I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Don't interrupt me. I didn't interrupt you. Okay? You say this. You do this. You do this at every debate. You go out on the stump and you say something. All of us see it on video. We confront you out on the debate stage. You say you didn't say it, and then you back away. And I want to say
what exactly what I said, Chris.
I'm not done yet.
Well, this
now
is
look.
This is
Okay, I like the back and forth. Is nice. It's good. I like this. That's what a debate should be. Some back and forth. A little bit of action. Rumble and tumble. I like it.
Man, it's spewing nonsense.
Let me tell you something. This is the fourth debate. The fourth debate that you would be voted in the first 20 minutes as the most obnoxious blowhard in America. So shut up for a little while.
I'm going to respond to that.
Your version of... We're going to let you respond to that. We're going to let you respond to that. Let him finish.
I want to say something else. We're now 25 minutes into this debate, and he has insulted Nikki Haley's basic intelligence, not her positions, her basic intelligence.
And what is the point of you talking about that? Why defend her so badly? Maybe the whole thing is, okay, let's push all the chips on Nikki Haley and make her be the nominee, try to push her above Trump. I guess maybe that's the whole thing. Maybe he got a bag before the debate. Maybe it's not just for the meal at the end, not for the 4-course meal, whatever. Maybe it's for a bag to help Nikki Haley and to try and defeat Vivek. And you got my man DeSantis right here not saying too much at all. I had so much hope for DeSantis, but I don't know, man. And on this forum, on this stage, he just kind of withers away. He didn't do anything.
She doesn't know regions. She wouldn't be able to find something on a map that his 3-year-old could find. Look, if you want to disagree on issues, that's fine. And Nikki and I disagree on some issues. But I'll tell you this. I've known her for 12 years, which is longer than he's even started to vote in a Republican primary.
Okay, that was a good one because he just voted recently for the first time. So that was a good one. Shout out to Chris Christie.
And while we disagree about some issues and we disagree about who should be president of the United States, what we don't disagree on is this is a smart, accomplished woman, and you should stop insulting her.
So I'm going to take this.
Wow. I mean, try defending your own track record with as much vigor as you're defending Nikki Haley, who is the obvious establishment choice. All right, we got a few more here. Let's keep on rocking.
I will go in and wreak havoc on this bureaucracy. You will see people fired, and we are going to bring a reckoning for how this government handled COVID-19 and the lockdown.
Now, Chris, you had your chance to wax eloquent on Donald Trump. You've been doing it all this whole race.
Why doesn't he just answer the question? The question was very direct. Is he fit to be president or isn't he? The rest of the speech is interesting, but completely non-responsive. And if we were in a courtroom, they'd strike the answer and say, Governor DeSantis.
No, they wouldn't. They would say that
you're a smart
they would
man.
argue that
No, they would.
No, they wouldn't.
They would
Chris.
strike the answer because you're not answering it.
Is he fit? You have your thing.
So I guess talking about Donald Trump, is Trump fit to be president? I guess that was the question. Let me see. Yeah, it was Trump.
Or isn't he? No, I don't have my thing.
We don't.
He's the thing. Is
we
he
do
fit
not
or
want
isn't
to
he?
do
You're
someone
talking
that's
about him being 80 years old.
It doesn't mean that somebody couldn't get elected. That's up to the people.
Governor DeSantis, let him finish.
Doing lawyer mode. Ron. Okay, I like what Chris Christie is doing. He's bringing some fire to the debate. Although it's like for show, it's kind of a dog and pony show at this point. I like it. I most certainly like it.
Ron,
okay. I think we have an opportunity to do somebody who's in the prime of their life.
Yes.
We don't have to worry about all this stuff with confidence. We can get it done.
Okay, let's keep on going. There's more. Okay. This was a pretty good one from Vivek, talking about the Transformers and the LGBT.
I think the North Star here is transgenderism is a mental health disorder. We don't let you smoke a cigarette by the age of 18. We don't let you have an addictive drink of alcohol by the age of 21. And I just challenge Ron DeSantis to go one step further and support what I think is clearly within the authority to do, using federal funds just like Reagan did in '84 for the Highway Act that said the minimum drinking age needs to be 21. We can do the same thing when it comes to banning genital mutilation or chemical castration.
Okay.
I know Ron's been unclear about that on the federal
Haley.
level. I'm crystal clear. That's where I stand.
Got it.
That's a mental health.
I agree with that. It's like, look, you want to be an adult and do something like that to yourself? Knock yourself out. I have no problem with whatever you want to do. You want to call yourself transgender. You want to call yourself a furry. I don't care if you're an adult, but I think the line should be drawn when it comes to minors. Okay. The same thing, like you said, you can't have a drink of alcohol. You can't smoke cigarettes. You can't drive a car at a certain point. Let's have the same types of rules apply to altering your body in an irreversible way. Makes sense to me. Let's keep on rocking.
I've preached this to the left, but it's even worse when Republicans try to play the same game. We're talking about that trans issue. And Nikki Haley's campaign launch video sounded like a woke Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light ad talking about how she would kick in heels. At the first debate, she said that only a woman can get this job done. That's what she said. After the third debate, when I criticized Ronna McDaniel after 5 failed years of leadership of this party and criticized Nikki for her corrupt foreign dealings as a military contractor, she said that I have a woman problem. Nikki, I don't have a woman problem. You have a corruption problem. And I think that that's what people need to know. Nikki is corrupt.
This right here was a great moment. This is like thumbnail material. This guy, he's a smart guy. He does very well during debates. Again, from the jump, I was not really sold on Vivek. I was like, nah, but he's doing so well. How can I ignore it?
This is a woman who will send your kids to die so she can buy a bigger house.
And even she's smiling.
Bigger house.
Do you see this? Even Nikki Haley smiling. She knows that he's doing good. Come on.
This is the problem. Using identity politics more effectively than Kamala Harris is a form of intellectual
Why are you booing? I'm right. Stop booing.
fraud. And it actually needs to end. There's our donor puppet masters wielding their puppet right up here tonight. This is how this game is played. The puppet masters put up their puppet, and I reject the use of identity politics in this party. It has been a cancer coming from the left, and I'm sick and tired of the double standards. The people of this country are too. Having 2 X chromosomes does not immunize you from criticism.
Thank you, sir.
Very, very, very well done. Vivek Ramaswamy. Fantastic. We got a couple more here.
Here's my follow-up question. You talk about parental rights. Let's talk about them. When you were governor in 2017, you signed a law that required new guidelines for schools dealing with transgender students. Those guidelines required schools to accept a child's preferred gender identity, even if the minor's parents objected.
Not true.
And it said that there is no duty for schools to notify parents if their son or daughter changes their gender identity, allowing this serious issue to remain a secret between the school and a child.
No.
How is any of that pro-parental rights?
By the way, that's simply not true.
You're doing what you accuse me of, Chris. It is absolutely true.
That's simply not true. That's simply not true. That law was put into effect in 2018 and regulated in 2018 after I was out of office,
the guidelines.
Megyn. No, we did not, Megyn. We did not issue those guidelines, and you're wrong about that. Simply wrong. I have stood up each and every time.
So I think if this is one issue that's disqualifying, it's this one.
It sounds like maybe the law may have been proposed while he was in office and then got signed into law afterward. That's kind of a murky issue. All right, let's keep on going here.
Sure, thank you. I want you all to kind of picture in your minds Election Day. You'll all be heading to the polls to vote, and that's something that Donald Trump will not be able to do because he will be convicted of felonies before then, and his right to vote will be taken away. You know, look, here's the bottom line. You can boo about it all you like.
But you know what the funny part is? Let's say he's correct and Trump is convicted of felonies and he can't vote as a result of that. That does not preclude him from being able to become president. There's only 3 qualifications to become president. 1, 35 years old. 2, natural born U.S. citizen. And 3, you must have lived in the U.S. for 14 years. That's it. You could be in prison and become the president, theoretically. Now, is it, realistic? Maybe not. But it can happen. All right. So that's pretty much that. I will link to all those videos in the description so you can check them out. I will link to the full debate as well in the description. But as I close, I want to say this. Vivek did the best here. I think it's not even a contest. Nikki Haley did not do well. The media will say that she won because they want her to win. They want her to be the person that comes in and takes over. If they want her to be the person who gets the nomination and then becomes president if Trump cannot go forward because of whatever happens. That's what they want. Although in reality, Vivek is the far and away leader of the runner-ups. DeSantis, he is a great governor, but not a good president, not a good presidential hopeful in my humble opinion. And Chris Christie, I have no idea why he's there. Like I said, he just wants to, maybe he got a big bag of money or he's going to get a big bag of food or something. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Did you watch the entire debate? Have you seen more clips than what I showed? Who do you think won the debate? Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, Ron DeSantis, Chris Christie, or Donald Trump, although he did not attend and he went to a PAC fundraiser in Florida instead? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. Vivek most certainly won. I wasn't a big Vivek fan at the beginning, but he kind of won me over. He performed very well. Now, there still could be some questions about his character and all this and that, but just judging based off of debate performance, he was the best. Bottom line, and it was really no contest. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.